Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile top 10 video. Today we are talking about your top 10 characters that you hate facing in survival mode. Basically what happened is I asked you in our Discord server which are the top 3 characters that you hate facing in survival mode. You answered the question and then I did something like a matrix. You know me, I love matrices. So I did 10 points to first place, 7 points to second place, etc. And the result was, the end result was this video, which I can proudly present to you now. So without any further ado, let us jump straight into top 10 of the worst characters, or in other words, the characters that you hate to face in survival mode. Let us begin. Okay guys, ranking at number 10 is Kraken Reptile. For some of you probably this comes as a surprise, but not to me, because I don't like facing Kraken Reptile in survival mode as well. Not because he's very strong, not because he has poison on special 1. The reason why I dislike facing him is because at the end of the day I have to kill him, right? I cannot wait for him to die from heart attack. I have to kill him using my characters. And you know the passive of Kraken Reptile, guys. You know this infamous passive. So it doesn't matter whether you hit him with basic attacks, it doesn't matter whether you use special attacks, at the end of the day, you're going to, let's say, eat some acid. And that doesn't really taste good for your character, who is going to get lower and lower on health. And all of those troubles are caused because Kraken Reptile has this unusable passive when you are using him, but pretty annoying passive if you are facing him. So I would rather say that he definitely deserves number 10 at our ranking. Ranking at number 9, guys, is Combat Cup Sonia. Yes, Combat Cup Sonia. You know that feeling, guys. You're starting the match, you have one main fighter and 2 supports, and the enemy team has Combat Cup Sonia. And you're wondering, should you kill the enemy's team starter or not? Because if you do so, there is a chance that Combat Cup Sonia will tag in as the opposing team next character and she will give red card to your main fighter. And what happens if your other 2 characters in your team are low fusion? What happens if they're weak? Well, that's not really that great for you. And this is the main reason why Combat Cup Sonia is so annoying. If you have a one-man army in your team, then you have to always make sure that Sonia uses her passive first and then you can tag him back in, because otherwise, yeah, it is annoying. Coming in at number 8 is classic Liu Kang. Should I explain why a lot of you hate facing this character? It is quite obvious. First thing first, he breaks your block, he does special 2, you die. Second thing, you are non-stop crippled, and I doubt that many players like being crippled. Like, after all, there are few characters that are good without using any special abilities. So in general, you need to have perfect timing of your characters tagging in and out, and of course you have to predict when the enemy character will tag out and the other guy will tag in, so that you can evade being crippled, and that's really annoying to deal with. Coming in at number 7 is Strike Force Scorpion, the infamous Strike Force Scorpion. Let's take a look at him. I bet that the reason that you dislike this character is, first thing first, he can save 3 times his teammate if he is in a Strike Force team, and only twice if he is outside of a Strike Force team. In addition, his special 2 has regeneration, he has spear that he can spam, he actually power drains on tagging. In general, this character has almost not a single drawback, and facing this character, especially in a Strike Force team, can give you headaches. He is not actually the real reason. The real reason for this lies in his teammates, but the fact remains that he is the main reason why they perform so great. Ranking at number 6 is the nightmare for every single player that has a character at low fusion, and this character is giving you the best boost in survival mode. Yes, I'm talking about Aftershock Tremor. Imagine this situation, you have a character, let's say Fusion 0 Raiden, that gives you X5 bonus in survival mode. The enemy team has Tremor. Tremor tags in out of nowhere, he pulls your weakest link and executes this character. This is the horrible thing that can happen to you in MK Mobile, because this character is only there so that he can give you points. And once Tremor interferes, it is game over for you. So you have to make sure that he never tags in. But how do you do that? I don't know. This is the main reason why he ranks at number 6. Ranking at number 5 is Classic Raiden. I mean, what can I say here? Classic Raiden tags in, he removes your health, he removes your power, he does special till you die, then he tags out, and then he repeats the exercise. One of the best characters, actually not one of the best characters, in my opinion, the best character for survival mode. Classic Raiden is great to have and horrible to face. Basically, the only way you can counter him is to predict his tagging attack. If you manage to do that, then again, you're going to get probably power drain, but at least you're not going to get your health removed. And this is something to be considered. Assassin Jade is the next character on our rankings, and this is another position that should be foreseen by almost anybody, because let's face it, Assassin Jade is extremely annoying to face. She's entirely based on chance, but if you are controlling her, the chance doesn't seem to be that great. If the AI is controlling her, the chance is amazing or really bad for you. So in general, what I mean is that she evades once, she gets extremely dangerous, she evades twice, she can literally kill your character with 1 or 2 hits, and you can easily counter her, but this requires you punching her without using any combo enders, without using any special attacks, and this can be really annoying. Ranking at number 3 is MK11 Scorpion. You know that feeling? You're starting the game, you have just enough power for an X-ray or fatal blow, and suddenly that is no longer the case, because MK11 Scorpion makes sure that this is not possible for you. I really hate this aspect of facing MK11 Scorpion. And another thing that I hate about him is, you know, he's one of the best fighters in the game, if not the best fighter in the game. He will break your block, he's going to do special one, then you're going to suffer, he's going to repeat, he's going to break your block, then followed by another special one, or at some situations, he will just spam special one after the other, and you cannot do anything because you're crippled. So in general, it is never a pleasant thing facing MK11 Scorpion. And the runner-up of the video is Circle of Shadow Liu Kang. I mean, what can you do about facing Circle of Shadow Liu Kang? There are 2 options. The first one is the Ice Bomb maxed out, so that you make sure that he gets frozen in the beginning. And the second thing is stun immunity. There is no way around it, because if you don't have either of those 2 things, he's going to do special one, he's going to snare you, and from there on you'll be in a lot of trouble. Unless you have some kind of an opener that is safe, like Classic Goro, or some kind of a way to save your opener. For example, if you have Strike Force Team and your Strike Force Johnny is the opener, Strike Force Scorpion is tagged out and ready to assist. So if this is the case, then yeah, you have certain immunity against Circle of Shadow Liu Kang. If this is not the case, then you are in a lot of trouble. So the most annoying thing about this character is that every time when you're building a team in survival mode, all you have to do is ask yourself the question, okay, what should I give to my starter in order to survive Circle of Shadow Liu Kang? And without asking yourself this question, it is almost certain that you're going to lose the Elder Tower. And the winner of this video, guys, is MK11 Jade. I bet nobody is surprised. She scored the whooping 252 points, and she proudly is the most annoying character to face in survival mode. Let me explain to you why, if you haven't figured it out already. Her passive. Her passive is should be triggered in 25% of the cases. However, if the AI is controlling Jade, this doesn't feel like 25%, it feels more like 50%. And what happens? You are trying to hit her, you're going to trigger her passive, and she's going to land a full basic attack combo on you, which is going to be followed by special one, which means that you're going to be either dead or snared. Both ways, you lose. The other thing that you can do is try to block, but she will eventually break your block, and then everything that I said before will follow as well. So the only way to counter MK11 Jade is to have a character that starts with a lot of power, let's say 2 bars of power, and this character has preferably an unblockable special too. If both of those conditions are met, then yes, you can counter MK11 Jade. But let's think about it. How many characters can start with a lot of power? How many items are there that will give you starting power? Not that many. So you can build a team that can possibly deal with MK11 Jade. You can probably build 2 of them. Granted, you don't repair a lot of items, but you cannot build 3 because you won't be able to start every single time with a lot of power. And that's the biggest issue. Unlike Assassin Jade, unlike Circle of Shadow Liu Kang, who are annoying, but you know how to deal with them, MK11 Jade doesn't have any counter. There isn't a specific way to deal with her unless the one I mentioned. You can one-shot her with an X-ray or a special 2. If you don't have those 2 things, especially if she is an enemy starter, then you are in a lot of trouble and you should depend purely on luck. And this is never a good thing, especially if you're facing the AI. Okay guys, this is going to be all for me for today. I really hope you found this video useful and you enjoyed it. See you next time. Take care and stay safe.
Perfect.